taking you out live this morning to Myrtle Beach in South Carolina as a storm is brewing in the Atlantic. It could bring rain and heavy wind to the East Coast over the next 24 hours. Let's get over to meteorologist Mariel Ruiz, who is tracking the latest with this. Okay, so things have been busier as of late.
Yes, absolutely. It's been so much more active in the Atlantic during the Atlantic hurricane season. And this just after the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. You can see a lot of moisture streaming in across the Carolinas. That's where we're watching for the potential of tropical cyclone number 8. In the middle of the Atlantic, we also have tropical depression Gordon. That's not going to make any impact to land, but the Carolinas, that's where our eyes are on this morning because this eventually is going to become a tropical storm. Right now, you can see a lot of moisture streaming in for areas of South Carolina, Wilmington, areas along the Carolina coastline there. This is how it's going to develop later today. This potential tropical cyclone is going to gain some strength and become tropical cyclone as it makes landfall here this afternoon and evening. Eventually, that moisture goes into inland North Carolina, areas like Charlotte, areas of the higher terrain there, really going to see the potential for a flood concern. So this is how it looks on our timecast here throughout the afternoon. You see a lot of that moisture streaming in anywhere from Charleston to Wilmington, and then eventually Raleigh, Charlotte later this afternoon and evening. And then a lot of that moisture kind of just streams inward here as we approach, say, the next 48 hours. Flood watches are already in place. Tropical storm warnings are already in place. And yeah, it has been so active here. Really, when looking at the list of names, if my graphics will advance here, here we go. The list of tropical storm and hurricane names. The next name on the list is Helene. So that's what we'll be looking for, making impact along the Carolinas. And of course, we're looking at the peak of hurricane season, generally September 10th. Even though we're kind of on a downward trend, we're still a very active period. So we'll be watching this for several days to come, Mark.
Boy, super busy time. All right. Thank you, Mariel.